Yo, what is going on, guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, we are going to be going in more depth of the 6 new commanders that were added into the game. As you can see, there might be a little bit of a change of scenery in the background. I'm currently playing on an evil account on an actual mixed, so I can try out the new content with the embassies and everything like that. So a bit of a change in the scenery in the background. But that's also good news for all you guys that have been watching my channel who are asking, oh, what about evil commanders? What about this and that? So yes, I will be doing evil in this video as well today. We're going to be going over the 6 new commanders. 3 for good, 3 for evil. We are going to be looking at all their skills, and I'm going to give some ideas of how you should build them. I've had a few days to study these guys, and I can tell you now, some of these guys are really OP. Like, honestly, maybe some of the best commanders in the entire game now. Especially the tier 2s, which are going to be easy to access when you complete chapter 1. It unlocks a new chest, which is a wizard chest, and it gives you a chance to get 2 of the new commanders. Like, for example, for the good side, you're able to get IMRAHIL or ELLADAN. So yeah, let's get into it today, guys. We're going to be starting with evil, because we're actually on an evil background, so let's get into it. So if we go down here, guys, into our tavern, like also, we can go to recruit commander. Now, with a mix, it's going to give you a chance of good and evil, so you can see which ones. But we're going to start with evil today. So with the new commanders, they are starting off at tier 2. And we have, as you can see here, ADUNAE. And we have ZEGRID. Now, we're going to start off with ADUNAE. Now, a little bit of information about her, as specific from the developers that made her. ADUNAE is the Witch King's most trusted lieutenant in the war against the Kingdom of Men. An accomplished commander, she also enjoys fighting in the front lines, cutting enemies with her scythe, which has earned her the title of the Reaper of Angmar. Now, the respect item, she needs to get its bell strap, which, like I said, you'll be able to earn stuff like this in that wizard's chest and that when it comes out. It's a pretty cool chest. But yeah, let's get into her stats, shall we? So her first skill here is going to be Spell Seeker, which increases her focus but reduces her might. Now, ADUNAE is without a doubt an absolute focus commander, so she does poison damage and everything. She's a very good commander for focus and poison damage, as you'll see as we go through her skills here. Now, as for the sub-skills here, we have her Soul Siphon here, which against 2 enemies deals focus damage. And also, 2 allied units will recover HP on the skill of round 2. Very good. So far, before we're looking at anything else, that's the build I'd be going for so far. Second here, our second skill we have is Plague, which against 2 enemies deals poison damage, but they cannot recover for 2 rounds of HP, which is amazing. So far, I think she's a really good commander just with these 0 respect or tier 1 respect levels already. You can do excellent focus damage as well as poison damage and stop them from healing, or you can do a healing option. Now her second one here is Reaper, which as you can see, it increases her might but reduces focus and increases her might. Now I would definitely go Spell Seeker over might. Just because she's a very balanced. She has a base of 76 and 76 focus and might, and a speed of 83. So you could build her whichever way, but in my opinion, I would definitely go the focus poison damage route with the option of healing as well. I think that would be the best option. But Reaper has its precision blow here, which does physical damage and gains pursuit, which basically counteracts avoidance and stuff like that. And then, as you can see here, against the lowest HP, it causes physical damage once of up to like 300% when that's maxed on round 1. So you can go with more of a physical attack if you'd like with the Reaper, but my 100% professional, if you want to call it that, or my just opinion of someone who's been playing since the beta, and I understand the skills a lot, I would definitely be going with the focus route and hitting that high focus damage and poison damage and being able to heal as well. Now, when you get a respect up, which honestly, with these new commanders, it's going to be a lot easier with the, especially of the season pass and that, it's a lot easier to get access to the items. So it's very, very easy to get these commanders actually leveled up, even up to Respect 5. So we're going to go through the whole tree here. You got Black Numorian, which you've seen in a lot of other commanders. I think, who's someone I use? Azog, I think, has this. So basically, commanders' normal attacks inflict an additional 10% focus damage. So this stacked with Spellseeker would be amazing, because not only with the max effect here, you get 15 focus points, you also get the same with Black Numorian. This is when you get up to more level 30 and stuff like that, and you've got more skill points. Spellseeker stacked with Black Numorian is going to be amazing, and that's why I recommend you go with Spellseeker, because you're going to be doing double the effect with Black Numorian there with the focus damage. Now, with the skills here as well, as you can see, you got Dark Mantle as a sub-skill. Against all enemies, physical damage received is plus 2%, which is really good, but you're doing more physical damage that way. And then the Black Arts against 2 enemies deals focus damage, and they cannot heal for 1 round. So it's a very good option there as well if you want to go with the focus build. You can build it as a physical commander, but honestly, in my full-on opinion, you want to be going focus damage with her. There's a lot better physical damage commanders out there in Evil. For example, I just mentioned one before, Azog. He's very good. Alright, moving on to our tier 5s, we have Betrayer, which all allies units increases their damage, and a max effect of enemy and allied units cannot be healed. Super good. So then this is where you're not going to be able to heal, right? So instead, if you're going to be running Betrayer, you definitely don't want to be running like Soul Siphon as a sub-skill. But you're going to be able to stop them from healing, which is amazing. And you're going to be able to do a lot more damage. So you can still run Spellseeker, which will increase your focus. And then Black Numorian, which is going to increase your focus even more. And then you run Betrayer. It's going to increase that focus damage even more. And it's going to stop them from healing, which would be amazing. Now, Intimidation is a sub-skill on Respect 5 against enemy commanders. Their might gets taken down every round. And less chance of more chance of them being stunned. That's a really good sub-skill, damn. And then Confusion against an enemy commander. Their focus is down in every round. 4.3% chance of being silenced. So that is another really good skill, both of those. Respect 5, if you have that, I would be maxing the main skill and both subs first before moving on to probably your Spellseeker. Because that is not only are you going to be able to do amazing focus damage in that, you're going to be able, if you're going up against a focus commander on, say, good side, like a Gandalf or something, you're going to debuff their focus damage an absolute ton. And also, Gandalf can do a little bit of healing. You're going to be stopping that in its tracks. So, in my opinion, ADUNAE is an absolutely amazing focused damage commander for the evil side, with the ability to stop your enemies as well as yourself being able to heal, but also drop their focus damage from the other side's commander. So basically, you'll be able to do a ton of focus damage, and they won't be able to, and they won't be able to heal. So she is an amazing focus damage commander. So yeah, if you unlock her, hopefully you'll go on the route of building her as a focus damage commander. So now, guys, we're going to move on to the next one for Evil, and it is going to be ZEGRID. So let's go have a look at him, shall we? And all his glory right here. He uses the same sort of item as well, Bell Strap. Like I said, you can get him from your Season Pass. Pretty easy to access, as well as you'll be able to get him from certain chests as well. Now, we're going to go have a look. Oh, we'll have a look at his. I'll show you his sub-skills and that, for example. So, his base might is 94, and his focus is 24, and a base speed of 65. Now, obviously, he's going to want to be a nice might build. But we're just going to read a little bit of information here that I got written down about ZEGRID. This is what was released with him. So ZEGRID is a Dunlending chieftain who often leads his warband to destroy and plunder villages in the Gap of Rohan. He is the most respectable leader in Dunland, dabbles in the ancient tribal magic, and such is a direct threat to the House of Errol. Now, him, I reckon, paired with the Dunlending warriors in Isengard, especially if you're playing Isengard here, will be a great commander. I would recommend taking him over ADUNAE if you're playing as Isengard, guys. So we're going to have a look at his skills now. And our first one here, Brigand, is this commander and allied army damage dealt plus a certain percent when battling on vacant land. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So basically, you're just going to get a lot more damage, but on vacant land. So this is going to help you take out tiles and stuff like that, for example. As you can see, leader skill, it gets experience gained from battle. So you're going to be able to level his commander up so much quicker. You're going to be able to gain so much more XP with him. And then you have battling condition skill, which increases an army speed of +5, which is really good. Now, if we go down to our other skill here, the Reckless. Each round self-damage plus a certain percentage plus 10% chance of succumbing to madness. So, not only are you going to be able to do damage, you got a chance of not gaining madness. So things against, like if you're versing like an evil Saruman or even like Gandalf or something like that, or maybe even a Merry and Pippin on the good side that can do some of these damages. It's going to reduce your chance of gaining madness. It's also going to increase your might, so you got to do a lot more damage as well as your self-damage buff as well. Now your sub-skills here of Break Defenses is a round 1 skill. Basically it does physical damage and your defense goes up for 1 round. And then as you can see topple here, it deals physical damage once and then imposes 50% chance of being stunned for 1 round. Very, very good skill there. So, in my opinion, over these two, I would actually go the Reckless route because you're going to be doing a lot more damage. And then you got the chance of not being stunned, which you have a lot more chance of being stunned by commanders than Madness. And you also got some great skills here just to do even more physical damage, but also reduce your damage by a lot. So, and it's going to reduce their defense by a lot, so you're going to be able to do a lot more damage. Moving on to skill 3, we have Enemy of the Rohirrim, which deals more damage against 1 round mounted target troop. So this is going to be very good against Gondor. Once again, if you're playing as Isengard, this is going to be a very good skill here. Now, the sub-skills here, we have Swing, which does more physical damage. And then we have Disarm, which does even more physical damage. And then, the target's next attack deals even less physical damage to you. So it's really good there. So as you can see, ZEGRID is turning out to be a very good physical damage attacking commander. The Dunverian Chieftain, for Respect 5. So, here we go. It's going to work with the Dunlending Warriors. It's going to increase their damage and increase army speed of a +20. Now, with sub-skills, it's going to increase the entire army's damage from melee units. So, it's going to reduce the damage you receive from melee. And your stragglers, melee units damage dealt. So, as you can see, he is going to be very good if you can pair him with the Dunlendings, who are going to be a melee troop. And he can be also very good against mounted against Gondor. So, if you're an Isengard, I would highly recommend going with ZEGRID. In my opinion, I'd go the Reckless route and then build my way up. If I get to Respect 5 and have the Dunlending Warriors, I definitely want to be getting this skill done first. But I would definitely be building the Reckless route over the Brigade. So we have a quick look at her stats. She has a base stat of 20 might, 91 focus, and 21 speed. And as you can see, a little bit of the commander's background here. Queen Berethia is a noble from Umbar who wedded the King of Gondor. She is a famous figure in the history of men for a rumored use of dark magic in her 10 cats, 1 white and 9 black, who spied on her subjects and reported their findings to her. She eventually was exiled from Gondor and returned to the south, never to be seen again. Now, all of these new commanders have unique equipment as well, which we won't be able to unlock until like chapter 10. But I'll go more into depth. I'm going to do a video of every single commander's unique equipment later down the track, guys. Now, we're going to go look at her skills. So, remember, she's tier 3. As you can see, she has an amazing base for focus damage. So, let's go have a look. So, Queen of Gondor. Allied men and evil men, damage received, -1%. And she has a buff of max of focus of 15. So, she can be used with good and evil troops as long as you level up the correct skills in your ring so you don't get a bad debuff, because she is an evil commander, so she will get a debuff with good troops, but she can work with men if you definitely work it good enough. Now, as you can see, Exile here for the first 2 rounds against one enemy increases the chance of them of being stunned, and the allied army a certain chance of being stunned. So very good there, very good skill. Also, you have Boon, which is an amazing, so all units randomly receive one of the buffs in the battle. Either physical damage received minus or physical damage up. So you're going to be able to chance of receiving physical damage less or doing more physical damage. Her other skill here of Watcher Guards against all enemies, defense goes down, and it is modified by your focus stat, and it also gives a max focus. So straight away over Queen of Gondor, I would definitely be going with the Watcher skill. I think it would be a lot better to reduce the enemy's defense as well as increasing your max focus points as well. Now your sub skills here against an enemy unit with the highest attack deals the lowest possible damage. So that's going to reduce the damage you receive from the enemies. And also against enemy units with the highest defense, their defense goes down for 2 rounds. Very good skill there. Disruption, as you can see here, against an enemy commander, a certain % chance of being silenced for 1 round as well. So basically it's going to stop them from attacking. So I would definitely go the Watcher route over Queen of Gondor early game. Next we have Black Numorian, which we went over before with the other commander. Very simple, but it does have a max effect of increasing your base focus points by another 15 as well, so very good. As you can see, we've got Dark Mantle here, which against all enemies, physical damage received, so it's just going to reduce the amount of damage incoming to you. And then you have the Black Arts, which is going to increase focus damage and also cannot recover HP for 1 round. Moving on to her tier 5, which is going to be a lot harder with her because she is a tier 3. But if you do get to this state, Queen of Hatred, allied and enemy men damage received is minus a certain amount and is affected by the focus. But max level effect affects evil men as well. Now her sub-skill of Plague against 2 enemies deals poison damage, which is really good. And they cannot heal for 2 rounds. And her Master of Mischief against 2 enemy targets inflicts madness, which is really good, and reduces their defense for 1 round of a certain percentage, which is probably going to be up to like 50%. Now, it's going to be very hard, but I honestly think like her tier 5 skills compared to like ADUNAE and stuff like that is not the best. Like, they're good, don't get me wrong, but for the amount of trouble you have to receive it, I would definitely be going with more of a Watcher and Black Numorian build, increasing that focus damage. But of course, these sub-skills are going to be very good doing poison damage as well. But a lot of people getting to that point is going to be very hard. But overall, she's a fairly decent, I'd say, focus damage commander with the ability to do some poison damage. The ability to reduce a lot of damage as well. But I think that the good side, tier 3s and that, have an advantage without a doubt. Even some of the tier 2s as well, when we go over and have a look at them in a minute. Because some of their skills are absolutely insane, guys. So let's go flip over now, guys, and have a look at the good side. Rightio, guys. So we're going to be starting off with IMRAHIL first. Now, we're going to have a look at his base stats. He has a base stat of 90 for might, 76 of focus, and 105 of speed. A quick commander background for IMRAHIL. He is the ruler of Dol Amroth, a great ally of Gondor throughout the Third Age and the birthplace of the Great Swan Knights. He played an important part in freeing the White City from the grass of Mordor at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Let me just start off, if you're in Gondor, guys, you want to be picking him over ELLADAN immediately. Honestly, out of all the commanders we see today, IMRAHIL may just be the best. His Respect 5, when we go look at it in a minute, is absolutely insane. So let's go have a look. I actually have IMRAHIL unlocked myself on my proper good role-playing faction account. And I've been using him a bit, and I have to say he's amazing. So I know how to build him well at the moment. We're going to be looking at Ally first, but I built him from Flare first, but we'll just go over Ally. So Ally, this commander has 40% chance of recovering a certain amount of HP after managed units deal physical damage. Now, this would be very good. I would definitely go this way if I was playing as Gondor and had early access to the managed. But I'm playing as Dwarves, so this doesn't really work for me. So that's why I didn't go with Ali at the moment. So, also, you can just do even more healing around 7. We've seen reinforcement on a lot of other commanders before. But those two stacked together is going to be great. Also, you have Fortify here while defending allied units physical damage received. So, this could be really good when defending forts and stuff like that using Fortify skill. Which makes sense because it's called Fortify. Moving on to his skill to Flare. Against one enemy deals physical damage. And then the next round, all allied units gain initiative. Which basically gives a chance that all your units get a chance to attack again, but also has a max effect of increasing your battle experience, which is going to increase your chance to level up your commander even faster. This is why I went this route with him. Also, his sub-skills of Cleave, which are really good, does a lot of physical damage, as you can see. And Brawler, the commander's damage against melee units is increased a certain percentage per the points you put into it. So, if you're Gondor, I would highly recommend going the Ally or the Alleyway, however you want to pronounce it. If you ain't, I would be going the Flare way. Either way, they're both really good, but Gondor definitely want to go with the Ally way. Now, with your Respect 3, he has hair, which you probably would have seen on Boromir before, which basically just increases his defense over time, but it also increases his focus buff. Now, with him, he's a really good damage, so I wouldn't be touching this too much. Like, when I build commanders, I try to do a lot of damage first and take them out before they can do the damage to me. Sub-skill, basically, it's going to increase your might and speed with the Gallant skill. And you got Nobility, which is going to increase men's damage. We've seen both of those before on previous commanders. Now, this is where IMRAHIL gets absolutely insane. You ready? Respect 5, the Prince of Dol Amroth. Mounted unit speed is a plus, gains stun and madness immunity. And if that's not crazy enough, the max level effect, Horsemen, Knights, Cataract, and Swan Knight get a buff of +6 bonus HP. Honestly, one of the best, if not the best, buffs and skills I've seen on any commander. If you have him Respect 5, which you may think, oh, that's impossible. It isn't. With the Season Pass, as well as these new wizard chests and that I was talking about before, you can unlock. I've seen people, like 5-10 people have him Respect 5 already. Of course, you will have to put a bit of money in the game, but even with the Season Pass, it is 100% achievable to get Respect 5 within about a month. And if you're Gondor, God forbid, I don't want to be going against a strong IMRAHIL at Respect 5 with Swan Knights, because he is going to be an absolute beast. If you're playing Gondor, guys, IMRAHIL, if you get the chance to pick between him and Elladan, immediately pick IMRAHIL, because at Respect 5, not only the lower respects, he's going to be very good as well, he is going to be an absolute beast. Sorry, he's going to be a god. Also, his sub-skills are really good here. It's going to increase mounted units' chance of doing additional damage, as well as his other skill here of Men and Elves attacks have a certain amount of chance to cause maximum damage. As you know, most of Gondor's troops are managed units, so paired with IMRAHIL, even Rohan as well. Rohan with your marshals as well, he's going to be an excellent pick. So if you're Rohan or Gondor, IMRAHIL is an absolute pick for you. The way, if you're one of those like Gondor or Rohan, you want to be definitely going the ally route and then working your way up to your Respect 5 and becoming the Prince. If you're with Dwarves and that, I would go the Flare route and then build your way to that. But either way, he is an absolutely amazing commander, and I'm going to put him there as my favorite and the best in today's list. Next, guys, we're going to be looking at Elladan. And like I said before, I didn't go over the Black Walnut Wood. You can get these in the Season Pass, as well as the Wizard Chest and stuff that comes out after you complete Chapter 1. Very easy to level up these commanders. Now, his base stats, he has a might of 96 with 70 focus, so pretty balanced there, and 89 speed. A quick background, Elladan is the son of Elrond and the twin brother of Elohir. He helped the Fellowship of the Ring and the Forces of Good to thwart Sauron's evil plan for Middle-earth. Alright, so we have Grey Company here, which a lot of you guys probably know. You might have seen it before, but it's sort of new skills on it. As you can see, against 2 targets, you have a chance to deal between 6.6 and 23% at base physical damage, with a max offense of minimum damage increased to 150% of base. That is ridiculous. That is really good. Reinforcement, we all know that round 7 and increases, or recovers, I should say, HP of 2 allied units. And then a sub-skill of flanking, which does more physical damage. Now, Hero, which I would definitely be going this route over Grey Company. Even though Grey Company is great, you increase your might during combat, but you also, at a max event, your commander gains stun immunity. Hero, without a doubt. Also, you're going to be increasing your army march skill with your march sub-skill. And then leader, it's going to increase your experience gain in battle, so you can level up Elladan quicker. Moving on to a Respect 3 level, you have Half Elven, which either gives you the chance of gaining might or focus. And it has a max effect of increasing your might and focus plus 10. More sub-skills here of all allied units. Basically increasing your physical damage or reducing physical damage incoming. Or we have Coalition. Once again, we've seen this on other commanders. It just basically gives you a chance for men and elves of causing maximum damage. Now up here, Elven Rider. Commander and all mounted units. When the allied army includes Elven mounted units, damage is increased. And the speed is also increased. So if you're using like Bow Knights, for example, would be a good setup here. But as you can see, compared to IMRAHIL, definitely subpar compared to IMRAHIL. IMRAHIL is just an absolute god. As you can see, it will increase mounted units damage dealt, and then it will also increase your commander's speed and gain initiative for a chance to attack more than once in a round. So overall, it's pretty decent. If you're playing as the elves, he would be a very good pick, because he does work very good with the elf mounted units and stuff like that. But overall, if you have the chance, I would 100% be going IMRAHIL without an absolute doubt. So yeah, just a quick brief overview of him. I would definitely be going the hero skill and then working my way up towards the Respect 5s first. Grey Company is good if you want to do a lot of damage early, but this with gaining stun immunity is amazing, especially in PvP battles. Right guys, the last one for today is going to be Thorin in the tier 3 slot for good, so let's go have a look at him. He has a base of 103 might with 75 focus and 78 speed. Obviously, Thorin Oakenshield is a great king of the dwarves. His quest to reclaim the Lonely Mountain proved successful with the help of Gandalf and his own siblings and friends and an unlikely hobbit. Although his region under the mountain was short-lived, his deeds would impact generations of dwarves for the better, and he would be sung from breed to dale for hundreds of years. Alright, so our first skill here, we have Oakenshield, which against one enemy deals a certain percentage of damage once, and then your allied army damage receives a certain amount of damage not received, effects stackable, and lasts until the end of the battle. And it also a max effect of increasing might. So basically, it's going to be doing physical damage and then not receiving a lot of damage to your army. Sub-skills here of Deliberate Strike. It does damage to one target up to like 300-something% at max. And Tropple against one enemy deals physical damage. And then once it imposes a 50% chance of being able to be stunned for one round. So pretty decent there as well. Now, Revitalist, as you can see here, it does in round 1 against one enemy, it deals physical damage and one unit has the chance to recover HP. A max effect, 2 of your army troops will recover HP. I would definitely be going this route over Oakenshield without an absolute doubt. Frightened, the first 4 rounds against 2 enemy targets, a certain % chance of being stunned each round, so this is really good for doing stun. And then first 3 rounds, all allied units damage dealt. So yeah, I would definitely be going the Revitalist route with Thorin. Now, if you have the chance to get him up to Respect 3, which is going to be hard, but his King Under the Mountain is going to increase your commander's might and also at a max effect, increase Dwarf's base HP. So this is going to be really good with working with Dwarves. So if you're playing Erebor, this is a very good option. Sub-skills, increasing your commander's physical damage. Once again, it ignores your target's defense. And then you have Detect Weakness, which your commander has a certain % chance of gaining more damage, which will be up to like 100%, which is amazing. Now, King of Durin, folks, he's Respect 5. All Dwarven units damage received will go down, with a max effect of increasing Dwarves' damage attack plus 2 sub-points. With sub-skills of Well Prepared, where melee units, when hit by enemies' normal attack, have a chance to do counter damage, and the parry skill of attack damage for melee units minus a certain percentage. So as you can see, he's going to be a very good commander at doing physical damage, but also the ability to reduce the amount of damage incoming as well as healing as well. But he will also be very good with working with, of course, all of your Dwarven units. So if you're with Erebor, very good option to go with Thorin, which out of the new commanders is the only tier 3. But yeah, solid build. If you want to go the healing route, Revitalist. If you want to go with just the pure damage but no chance of healing, go OAKENSHIELD. But I would go the Revitalist route, guys. But yeah, that's going to be it for all the new commanders, all their skills. Hopefully I've gave you some options. I know some of it might have been confused, and I got a little bit confused myself there as well. But hopefully it gives you an idea of what every single skill does, and a route in which way you would want to build them, whether it be a physical or focus damage or even a healing route. But yeah, anyway, guys, it's been a long video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch us later. See yous. Thousands subs of the EJU army, yeah, you guys are